You've literally left me no choice. And it breaks my heart. It really does. You don't understand, Kera, how hard I am fighting to hold back every ounce of tears right now. It's taking every single ounce of my very being not to break down right now. Because it kills me inside so much. Seeing the woman that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, the woman that I saw as my wife, go down a road of drug addiction. Knowing that I lost two of my best friends to drug addictions. I lost my best friend Brendan and my buddy and one of my best friends, Goda.
So we have received news that old Kera over there, Cyraxx's girlfriend for several months. He says that's 13 years. Obviously, that's not true. Cyraxx didn't know this woman for 13 years, but he's going to claim it in this video. Cyraxx believes that she was doing meth with this guy named Dominic. Now, I don't know anything about this Dominic character, whether he is doing meth or not. I don't really know, but Cyraxx thinks that he's doing meth. And this entire story is going to go from one field to the other. Cyraxx believes that he is getting her on meth and that makes her a bad person. Now, obviously, if your spouse or your girlfriend or whoever is suddenly suffering from addiction, you know, you should really consider, do you want to stay with that person or do you want to try to help them? And Cyraxx decided to try and leave her. However, the way that he did it was very rude and uncalled for. It's like, dude, she's suffering from addiction and you're kind of just kicking her down. You're not really helping the situation. And she's a single mom on top of that, so she's already dealing with enough troubles. And then on top of that, she was at a homeless shelter a while ago. You know, she's not doing so well, you know, homeless, single mom with a meth addiction now, supposedly. But old Cyraxx here, he's not happy about this. He thinks that this entire addiction is an offense against him and him alone, and that Kera's family is agreeing with him and calling Kera out, that her entire family is against her and on his side. And obviously that wouldn't be happening. He's just being lied to and trolled in this case. He doesn't quite understand that, you know, whenever these situations happen, the family tend to, you know, support their kin. They don't typically support the boyfriend or the outer power, you know, the third party, because Cyraxx is the third party in this case. You know, that's his girlfriend and that's her family. They would support her logically. But I digress, my friends. He's gonna be insulting her throughout this entire thing, and a lot of the time in this stream that he did, he talks about Kera's child, and he's obviously obsessed with Kera's kid. It's very creepy and disturbing.
I called you frantically, worried about you, Kera, all day long. I called you worried sick about you, wondering if you were okay. Because I told you not to trust that Dominic guy. But yet, you didn't listen. And Kera, I hate to say this and I hate to do this. Because you know damn well as I do, I love Callum as my own son and I always will. But Kera, you have 24 hours to reach out to me on Discord and or the app Just Talk. And talk to me and explain to me why you blocked me. Why you walked away. Why you turned my heart and soul as black as night. Because Kera, right now, at this point, if you do not reach out to me in the next 24 hours, I will get a hold of Noah, and I will reach out to your aunt, and I will have CPS called on you. And I will have Callum taken away from you, and put in either Noah's care or your aunt's care. Because right now you're showing that you would rather choose a drug addict over a decent relationship with somebody that actually gave a about you. Yes, it's true. I may not have money. It's true I may not have a job. That may be true, but you know what? I was still there for you. Who was there for you when Noah beat you? Me. Who was there watching Callum for you when Noah put hands on you? Me. Who is the first person to tell you that you were okay when you had your anxiety attack a couple weeks ago? Oh gee, that's right. It was me. Nobody else. It was me.
So there's a lot to unpack here whenever it comes to Kera, Noah, and her aunt. I don't really know anything about her aunt, but I do know about Noah. Based on what Cyraxx has said about Noah, Noah was very hands-on whenever it came to disciplining Kera, if you catch my drift, you know? He was probably doing some terrible things to this woman, and that's probably why they're not together. Very dysfunctional relationship, but that's her baby daddy. And if he gets his hands on that child, it's probably not going to be very good. You know, I'm not going to make assumptions here, but, you know, dangerous figure is probably going to put a child in danger like that. And Chansey doesn't really care. He knows that Noah was violent in the past and is just willing to give Noah this kid that he probably doesn't have the right to. What kind of judge would look at this situation and think, oh yeah, Chance, you're right, you're doing great? But logically speaking, Chance is never going to be able to get this child away from Kera unless if a judge declares it so. And then on top of that, Chance doesn't really have any rights towards this child. He claims that this is his fiance, but he's not his legal guardian. He's not related to Callum in any sense. So the idea or thought that he can actually make an effort and do anything with this kid is, well, not gonna happen. He doesn't have the ability to do anything, legally speaking. And plus, I don't even think he's aware about where she is. He claims that this entire thing that he knows where she's staying, the homeless shelter that she's staying at, but she's supposedly also staying with this dominant guy, and he might have a place, he might have an apartment somewhere. I'm not really sure about that situation, but Chansey Poo here is not very happy.
Who is the person that tried to talk his mom into letting you move in so you had a safe place to stay? Oh, that's right, me again. See, that's your problem, Kera. You never listen to anyone. Ever. You only listen to yourself. You think you're right about everything, but you're not right about everything. And you sure as fuck ain't right about dominant. Like I said, Kera, I don't want to go down that route. I don't want to have Callum taken away from you, but right now, you're showing that you would rather choose a drug addict over a relationship with somebody that actually cares about you, who actually loves you, who's actually there for you, somebody who would sacrifice everything for you, somebody who would throw away everything, somebody who would walk away from career life-changing decisions, somebody who would drop their career at a drop of a hat for you, somebody who would walk through a shitstorm and hell for you, somebody who would walk 13 days from here to there just to make sure that you're okay, somebody who wanted to see you do better, somebody who wanted to see you succeed in life, somebody who wanted to marry you and spend the rest of their life with you, somebody who wanted to try to better you, somebody who cared enough to stay around when no one else did, someone who actually gave a shit about you, somebody who was actually proud to be a dad to Callum, your blood son, somebody who saw your own son as my son, somebody who saw you not just as my best friend, not just as my girlfriend, not just as my fiance, but somebody that saw you as my wife.
Cyraxx is really showing here his self-centeredness as he talks about himself and how much he helped her. You know, he's just trying to guilt trip her. It's a manipulation tactic. He's trying to make her feel bad, so then she decides to stop doing meth. And obviously, the way forward from that would be going to rehab. You know, you go get help at the doctors, you go get help at the hospital, and they'll help you figure out an addiction problem and stuff like that. Chance doesn't really think about that for a second. But he calls Callum his son. He says that he feels like his father a lot throughout this entire stream. And he's just trying to make her feel horrible. And it's really just putting salt in the wound at this point. It's not really going to help anybody in this case. You know, if this is really happening, Cyraxx is not helping the situation in the slightest. But, you know, what's new with that? I also like the idea of her staying with Chance at this house. I mean, look at his room there in this video. He's got crap all over his room. There's garbage sitting about. This is not an environment for a child or where anybody should be living. The fact that he's living there is an anomaly. You know, Cyraxx, Sally, and Ed living there together. It's not exactly a great place to be with the bed bugs and the rats and stuff. No, nobody should be exposed to that. And that's why, you know, pest control and stuff like that exists. You know, you got to have a clean home if you're going to have a family like that. And realistically, that would be a family. You know, there'd be a kid involved. There's him and his fiance, or what he claims is his wife. And Chancy Poo here can't even think of a single reason about why somebody might be an addict. You know, some people are put in very dark, perilous positions to the point where they feel like they need to get a pick-me-up. You know, they're in a bad position, and so they meet somebody who is going to be their dealer, and, you know, presumably they're going to be buying from them for a while, unfortunately. You know, it's a very sad thing, addiction is, and Chancy doesn't understand that, you know, she is a victim in this case, and she needs help, you know, and it's disgusting that he's just going to stomp on her repeatedly. Like, is she a good person for helping Chance all this time? Not really. It's really lame that she's been dating him and sending pictures of her kid supposedly and letting him talk to that kid, and that shouldn't happen. However, at the same time, she's suffering from addiction and homeless. That's pretty fucking horrible. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
You're really gonna throw everything we had away. 13 years down the drain, right? 13 years down the drain. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and if you don't believe me about having contact with Noah, let's just say that I have his number right here. You know, at first I defended you against Noah and what he did. And am I okay with what he did? No. I will never be okay with him putting his hands on you. But what you're doing is far worse. You're robbing Callum of a future. I have Noah's number right here, Kera. Right there, I have Noah's number. So like I said, Kera, you have 24 hours to call me, talk to me, and explain to me why you did what you did.
So Chancy Poo here makes the same 5 points over and over and over again throughout this entire live stream. He keeps on asking, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? You know, and then he keeps on threatening to take her kid away. And I think he knows that he can't do anything, and that's why he keeps on saying everything over and over and over again. He wants her to get on panel. He wants her to contact him so badly that he's willing to make fake threats against her. And he's generally awful. I mean, he said there in that video that doing meth is worse than, you know, attacking your girlfriend, which is insane, by the way. You know, he said that what Noah did, which was put hands on her, was better than her doing meth, which, you know, you don't have to like drugs, but you don't have to like watching a woman be beaten or beaten woman. You know, it's very horrible. Abuse is a terrible thing, and Chancy Poo here doesn't seem to grasp that in the slightest, despite being abused himself by, you know, the internet all the time. He wants to watch other people be hurt. But after the 24 hours was up, Chancy Poo came to a realization that, you know, maybe Kera isn't as faithful as she is, and this dominant guy is probably her new stud.
Why'd you cheat on me? After I put my entire life, my career, on hold for you. Gave you everything I had. And more. Did everything I could to protect you. Did everything I could to be the best dad I could to Callum. 13 fucking goddamn years, Kera. And this is how you fucking repay me? By doing the very fucking thing that you said that you never do, which is and I want to know why. What made you fucking do it? Was it money? A place to live? What was it? And I want you to make a video or call me or contact me and tell me for yourself why you did it. I want the fucking goddamn truth. You owe me a goddamn answer, you stupid bitch. You owe me an answer. You know, I figured after 13 years of knowing me, you would at least have a fucking answer for me. You don't know how much it hurt me to see you do what you did. You don't understand the level of pain that you've caused. You don't understand how you took the one thing that mattered more than even mine and yours relationship, which is being a f***ing dad to your son Callum. That boy made me proud to be a dad. I was excited to be able to do something I had never gotten to experience before in my life, which is to be a dad and a father. You don't understand how much it hurt me, knowing that the last words I got to say to Callum were, "I love you, son, and I hope you have a good day at school." You don't know how much those words pierce my heart like a arrow right now. Knowing that those were the last words I got to say to that little boy. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about what all you other motherfuckers on YouTube have to say, because you guys are a bunch of anyway. But Kera, you took away so much from me. You really don't understand the damage that you've done.
You know, this entire situation gets even more creepy as he talks about Callum. He's essentially stating that Callum was the primary reason that he was there, that being with Callum and being his father is more important than being the husband and boyfriend of Kera. You know, this is such a weird situation because that just tells you that he's there for the kid, and it's creepy, it's weird, it's disturbing knowing his background and the things that he searches up on Google and stuff. He looks up weird stepdad corn and stuff like that, and then he wants to be the stepdad of Callum. Like, I mean, and he said right there that he's never experienced this before, but in actuality, this happened like 4 months ago with Taylor. There was Ollie and Isaac way back when. It was earlier last year. It was around September, November. He was dating Taylor and he was gonna marry her, and they was in Australia, if you remember correctly. It's a bizarre situation, and he just doesn't even think for a second. It makes me wonder on whether he even remembers Taylor, Ollie, Isaac, and that family. Probably not, honestly, because he forgets stuff all the time, and he just keeps going on and on and on about, why did you do it, Kera? Why did you do it? And, you know, there are several reasons why you might not want to date Cyraxx. I mean, you can probably think of a couple reasons why you shouldn't date Cyraxx. You know, he doesn't bathe. I mean, just look at him, man. I don't even gotta tell you why you shouldn't date this guy. It doesn't take long to understand that he is not worthy in the dating scene.
My mom, even though, yes, me and her might not agree on a lot, even still, she loved you as a daughter. Matt and Ethan, they loved you like a sister. They saw Callum as their nephew. Everybody that I knew, that I know, loved you to death. Saw you as family. Everybody that I knew saw you as family. And then what did you do? You cheated on me with a meth head. All for what? Money? Sex? A house? What was it? Was it something I did that made you want to leave? What was it? I want to know. I want to know why you did it. Why you left. Because goddamn it, Kera, I've known you for 13 plus years, and motherfucker, I deserve a goddamn answer, whether you think I do or not. I deserve a motherfucking answer from your ass. I deserve a answer as to why you did what you did.
Wild to me that Chance is so self-absorbed and narcissistic that he can't think of a single reason why a girl might cheat on him. You know, Cyraxx, cheating sucks. It's horrible. It's awful. People who get cheated on are hurt beyond measurable doubt. You know, it's a horrible thing that happens to people. I mean, you love somebody and then they betray you in the worst of ways by going after somebody else. But in this case, it's just Cyraxx, dude, you are not worth it. You just aren't. It's not worth dating you. You cause a lot of trouble. You have a lot of trolls following you around. You're not exactly the most masculine person, you know, masculine guy on the face of the earth. Let's just say that. You know, I don't think most people want to date a Falmer from Skyrim or like a zombie from The Walking Dead. You know, it's a really weird situation. Cyraxx is just not an attractive person overall, and he still just cannot think of a single reason. And plus, like, if Kera is going with this guy for money and a house, again, she's supposedly homeless, so logically speaking, she's doing what is in her best interest by going with a guy who has an apartment or a house or someplace to stay at. I mean, she's doing what's best for her and her kid in this case, you know? This man can provide for her better. You know, if he is doing drugs and they are addicted, then that's horrible. However, it's better than being on the streets. And Cyraxx just doesn't understand that in the slightest.
And you know, I'm beginning to think that your sister and Tia are right. You're nothing but a goddamn whore. You go around sleeping with every dude that you can find. And when you're done with him, you move on to the next one like a goddamn parasite. Let me tell you right now, Kera Rose Grieve, you have made an enemy out of a lot of people that cared about you. You have pissed off a lot of people that actually loved you and cared about you, that would have given the world for you, that wanted to see me and you be together, that wanted to help me and you be together, that wanted to help me get up there to you or you down here to me. 13 goddamn plus years, Kera, and this is how you can do me. This is how you treat somebody that loved you, cared about you, was there for you, that had your best interest at heart, that was proud to be a dad to your son. Kera, I put everything on hold for you. My career, my life, everything. I stopped hanging out with friends for you. I put making music with my friends on hold for you. I deleted my 1,000+ YouTube channel for you. All so I could better myself. I was literally preparing to come up there and see you. And you really want to know how close I was to coming up there and seeing you? Let me show you what you threw away. I had this bag packed. I had my bag packed, ready to walk out that door and make the 13-day walk up there to see you.
That's right, Chancey packed a little tiny bag with no clothes, no food, no water to make a 13-day trip over there to wherever she's at. And I'm not sure why he thinks they can just walk all the way there, but another question to ask is, Chance, you cheat all the time against your girlfriends, so why is it now bad that you're being cheated on when you cheat on them all the time? I mean, Chancey Poo, just be in an open relationship, man. Just do it. I don't care. Like, you're gonna get a lot of flack for it. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people find that questionable. However, you're gonna cheat on them anyway. So like, just be in an open relationship. Just do it. But on another note, if he did try to walk there, he obviously wouldn't make it. He doesn't have enough clothes in there or food or water or anything, and is barely even packed. If you look in that bag, there's barely anything in there. There's a few beats of clothes and stuff, but that's about it. He wouldn't make the journey at all. He would probably walk outside and be grabbed by like a buzzard or a hawk or something, be taken away, never to be seen again. The guy is the size of an amoeba, so I would say that's pretty accurate. However, he is just guilt tripping throughout this entire thing. He's trying to make her feel bad because he was trying to put in so much effort, and he keeps on saying, I was there for you, I was there for you. Chance, you weren't ever there for her. You're always at home. You're not helping her with bills or any real adult things. You know, you're not helping her with her son. You're claiming to be his dad, but you're nothing really. You're just a guy on the internet. And, you know, generally speaking, I think the kid should never meet you. You know, no child should ever meet you, Cyraxx, whether you think so or not. You're ridiculous. You're a creep. You're gonna do something horrible one day.
And you know, I've been talking to Tia and your mom and Noah recently, and you know what? They all feel the same way that I do, that you're not deserving of Calum with your choices. The choices you make are gonna get you either again or killed. But you don't care, do you? Because let me tell you right now, if you actually gave a fuck about Calum like you said you did, like you say you do, you would have stayed. But you didn't, did you? You promised me, you swore to me, you gave me your f***ing word that you would never lie to me and that you would never cheat on me. Ever. And look what you did. You did both of those. When I asked you to marry me, Kera, I meant it. I wanted to be married to you. Because let me tell you right now, I never once cheated on you. Ever. I never cheated on you. I was always faithful to you. I was always loyal to you. And I was always truthful to you. Why couldn't you do the same goddamn thing back? I went out of my way for you so many times to help you. I offered to send you money whenever you needed it. Offered to do what I could to help you out with Callum. I went out of my way and bought Christmas presents for you. I went out of my way and did hand-done artwork for you for Valentine's Day. I went out of my way and I gave you my word to be there for you for the rest of my life.
You know, none of this really makes any sense at all. He just said that he would give money to her whenever she needed it, but earlier yesterday he said that he didn't have any money and he didn't have a job the day before this, so it just doesn't add up at all. He doesn't even think for a moment. I mean, Cyraxx, you don't have a job, you don't have money. What are you gonna do, steal from Sally again and give her that money? And then on top of that, you're not taking care of Callum. That's her child. You're miles away from that kid, dude. You're never gonna be able to get in contact with him ever again, and that's how it should be, honestly. But he also continues to talk about how he's faithful and how good he's been to her, but we all know that he was cheating. He does it all the time. What Cyraxx does is that he goes on Facebook and contacts women, or women contact him, usually catfishes, and then he immediately just starts cheating after about 15 minutes. If you're a female and Chance is talking to you, it doesn't take much for him to be attracted and try and do something with you. It's really weird. Cyraxx is down bad, real bad, honestly, but I digress. Cyraxx has never been faithful. He's going to continue to cheat on every single woman he gets with. He could be dating somebody who is extremely rich and a supermodel, and he would still cheat on that woman. He doesn't care. He doesn't actually love this woman. He doesn't love anybody, honestly. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up things here and do my shout outs. Now I'd like to shout out Dreadhead David, Anime Lover Shihan, Ice, Alex Kiddish, Fruipty, Stephanie Swan, Betsy Blackbird, Sparky, Lotus Man 17, G-Man, Quantum Decoherence, Magic Princess, Rapture Seeker, Thomas Esmond, Isometric Draft, Christus H, Level 25, Mr. Fantastic, Sunshine, Your Mom is Secretly David, Fearless Jake, Shutterdown Sam, Mango Stars, Murderous Mushroom, Apollo, David and Fred Slapfight, Paul Highlander, The Stream That Jake Built, Smithers, Toasted, JoJo's Woodshed, Liam William, Pug, Saggy Raggy, M. White, Stefan Thurman, Spectre Blue, Wu-Tang Clam, Gaming with Both Hands, The Sausage 01, Adrian Harris, TZ Combat, Maestro Mike, The Uncle Lou, Mama Becky, Kev Brown, Sink Drain Ravioli, I'm Yo Huckleberry, The Real Bob Newbin, Thomas S., Zarl Champion of First Claw, Gamerboy 2025, and Walsquist. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Pat Richard, Snut, Chance's Therapist, Danger Chris, Jacob, Sean Wayne Gacy, Ivy Mike, Edgens, Cement Sues, Froz OG, Dacky, Minnesota, David Maxing, Mars, Katie Biasi, Bagging 69, Miss Chokes on Dick, Demon King Pickles, Mr. Sacco, Emily's Dismantling Delulus, Tiffany, DB, Hammond Egger, Jordan Craigie, Big Silos, Cayman Rider Decade, Sauced, Incoherent Screaming, E.M. Du Bois, Joe Marcangelo, Unknown Poster, Punky School 666, Style Outside Silence, Elzafi, The Black Pearl, Joyful Danae, Hairy Genitals, Una 707, Builder Cat, Adamska, Banshee XL, Depressed Rabbit, Elmo Army Joe, Porky Cook, Brunt Toast, A Real Human Not Lizard Person, Princess Keys, Mechanic Drew, Critty, Otatapu, Quickville Cop, John Christian Cavelli, Nivik, Sprinkles, Lady Assassin, Jin Not Jin, Daniel Evans, Momar, Benjamin Sanborn, Blues Misplaced Her Clue, Josh Barbaker, Jilly's Mom, Only Wise Hermit, Coca Pop Jammer, Christopher Zazel, Edward Walden Hain, Slasher Minifilms, Haley Cakes, Nick Cliff, Atomic Renegade, Mitten Pews, Steve from Wormhaven, Evan Reed, Oversoul, Curse Decals, Cherry Berry, Elijah Webster, Wild Reaver Gaming, Lord of Worlds, Easy Street, Sweaty Prolapse, TJ Bender, James, Honda Civic, Tanis Finest, Digital Dream, Roboto San, Bakano Sensei, Poofy Mooncakes, and Mad 33s, and Dark Chocolate. Thank you guys for y'all's memberships. I appreciate all of the support you guys give me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, have a good day, and bye-bye.